Oh, this is Amarjot Singh. Today is September 26th and close to about 11:30 in Edmonton. Bright sunlight here, and I'm here to talk about immigration issues as usual and always take calls. I'm licensed in by ICCRC. I'm in Edmonton, Alberta, and anybody who's interested, they can call me. My phone number is listed on the top, 780-707-4831. I wanted to talk to you briefly about the super visa. For instance, a lot of people were asking me about how to bring their parents and grandparents to Canada. Super visa is a good, an excellent option for them. I'm going to just summarize the requirements for super visa. What is the difference between super visa first and the regular visa? The big difference is that the regular visitor visa is a general visa, is open to anybody, including parents and other relatives and friends. You get a stay of only about 6 months typically, but it can be even lower than 6 months sometimes. You get 6 months and then you have to go. In super visa, you get the stay for 2 years. It's a 10-year multiple visa, you get the stay for 2 years. So that's a big difference between super visa and a regular visa. The other requirements are that you have to have some income, some basic income that you have to, satisfy that you are ready, able, and willing to take care of your parent who's coming in to stay with you. So you need to have some income that's based on the LICO chart. I can show you what the LICO chart is in a while. But first of all, you need a birth certificate to show that that person who's coming to Canada is your parent or grandparent. So you need a birth certificate with the name on it. Or if you don't have a birth certificate, some kind of baptismal certificate, some kind of other document showing that that person is a parent. Like, sometimes people in some countries have on their 10+2 certificate the name of the parent, so that can also be sometimes used. They need to also have taken a medical examination and not being rejected as inadmissible on a health ground. That means they should not have any serious disease. So that's requirement number 2. The third requirement is that they must buy private medical insurance from a Canadian insurance company valid for minimum of 1 year from the date of entry. That means from the date when they're coming, it must be valid for 1 year. It must cover all the expenses for possible medical claims like healthcare, hospitalization, and maybe repatriation if they are sick or if they are dead. Hopefully not in Canada, then their bodies have to be taken care back. So that things have to be covered in the medical insurance. The minimum coverage has to be minimum of $100,000. That is mandatory, and that medical insurance and coverage must be valid for each time they are coming to Canada. So the visa is issued for 10 years, but let's say they are coming 2 years now, and after a gap of 6 months they come back again after a gap of 6 months. So that is again you have to have taken care of. That medical insurance has to be valid all the time. It has to be reviewed by the Canadian immigration inspector when you are coming again and again. So that means every time you're coming, that medical insurance must be covered. You also need to have a letter of invitation to write in favor of the parent. That means, I am this and this, I'm inviting you as my parent, grandparent, and I promise to take care of the entire financial support for the time that I live in Canada. So we were talking about earlier about LICO chart. Let me see if I can bring up the LICO chart here. So the LICO chart is a low income cutoff chart. It requires a minimum income. Let me see if I can pull up the LICO chart and how much is the LICO chart here. Meanwhile, if you have some other question, you can ask me. Let's see, LICO chart. Let's see, take a look. And here is the LICO chart. So the LICO chart tells you that this is the amount of income you have based on how many people are living in the household. That means you have some people living in the house, like maybe your nephews and uncles and aunts. And so if you have, let's say, 5 or 6 people living in your house and you're inviting 2 parents, that means you are inviting 2 more other than what you have. So total 7 people. So you are looking at close to I know about 8, 9. You're looking at about close to about $60,000 that you must show in your notice of assessment. So let's make things a little simpler on the accurate size. So let's say you are husband and wife, 2 people, and you're inviting your 2 parents, total 4 people. You need $43,000 jointly with husband and wife in your notice of assessment. If you don't have this money, then the super visa will not be granted. So hopefully I've made that clear. So that's what you need. Beside the LICO, that's all. You don't need anything. And so one is income evidence in your notice of assessment. You need a letter of invitation. You need medical insurance for 1 year for $100,000. You need the medical examination done from the parent and proof that they are your parent, but using a birth certificate. So super visa has a higher chance of approval than a regular visa. It's close to 80 to 90% as compared to about 40-45% in some countries for a tourist visa. So super visa is something that you can do easily, safely to bring your parent and grandparents to live with you for up to 2 years. And especially for people who are waiting for the PR sponsorship for the parents, if the number doesn't come through in the lottery, super visa is an easy alternative. I hope that answers some basic questions about super visa. If you have any other question, you can call me. I've got a lot of people joined in here. A lot of people are watching this. I'm an Ojla, sir. I passed +2 in 2012 with math. And can I apply for non-SPP study ways? I think you're typing wrong in study. I don't know what study ways. I'm an Ojla. You can apply for anything in SPP or non-SPP. SPP is just a way of channelizing the information in a certain way. So if you go to a big university, take admission in somewhere else in a non-SPP college, you will be still analyzed and assessed through the bona fides of the student visa criteria. So it doesn't matter SPP or non-SPP. Zebi Sheikh joined, Milan Deshpande, Sagar Jeet, Vishal Patel, Boj Raju, Mohinder Kaur. Mohinder Kaur, how are you? How are things in Amritsar? I hope things are working well for you. I keep watching your video. Your videos are pretty good, and I see the success that you have. I wish you best of luck in Amritsar. Krishna Ram, Jagmeet Singh, Gurbinder Chal, Amit Popli. If you have any other question for me in Canada, any LMIA schooling visa or work permit or PNP or caregiver or express entry or family sponsorship, marriage case, adoption case, anything, you can ask me the question and then I'll try to answer you. Raja Mundi Gurditpuria, sir, मैं visit visa apply karya hai ji, le menu medical insurance. I don't know what you're typing. I hope you're asking that you need a medical insurance for visit visa. No, for visit visa you don't need medical insurance. For a regular visit visa for 6 months or 1 year, not 1 year. I mean, they give you a stay for 6 months. I mean, you get the visit visa for 10 years, though, but typically your stay is at 6 months. For this, you don't need medical insurance. You can buy medical insurance. It's not mandatory from the immigration side. I mean, you can buy anything from your own side. With GAP, Aman Ojla, if you're asking with GAP, you got to type the right thing. You are typing GAB, GAP or GAB. You better write. I hope you have taken some IELTS and have a good score in IELTS. So GAP or non-GAP, it has nothing to do with SPP or non-SPP college. All right. So GAP is treated and analyzed in a separate way as far as study visa is concerned. So you better be able to explain what the GAP is for. What were you doing earlier? Sunny Dawn, Navjot Kaur joining in. Sat Sri Akal Singh Jasmeet, Sat Sri Akal Sarinu, Mohinder Kaur, sir, very much thanks for giving information. Also remembering. Yes, Mohinder, I always remember you. Why not? What do you think? I have a good memory. I remember names. I remember who people are. So everything is good. Prince Gill has joined. Prince Gill, I don't know where you are, but you can ask me any question. My phone number is listed on the top of the screen somewhere, 780-707-4831. That's my direct cell number in Edmonton, Canada, where it is close to 11:36 a.m. in the morning. The sun is shining. There's no snow yet. It will get cold eventually. I was doing a show yesterday at the radio in Desh Punjab, and I mentioned a lot of foreign students coming here. They are under stress in Canada because they now need to find a job to be able to get the work experience. If to apply for PR, they can't find the jobs. They are stressed on because they need to follow the rules on how to live without any violation. Maybe they should not do any crime, or they should not do misrepresentation or something else, because that will impact their future PR application. Really appreciate your work, Mahinder Kaur. Thank you very much. Abu Bakar Munawar, so I'm from Pakistan. Kindly tell me the process for Canada expert. Abu Bakar Munawar, how are things in Pakistan? Is Mr. Nawaz Sharif back from London? I hope he is. I follow news about Pakistan. I have many friends from Pakistan in Canada, so I love the Pakistani food and the Pakistani culture. Abu Bakr, you have to apply through Express Entry directly by checking your points on Comprehensive Ranking System. Comprehensive Ranking System is, as you know, you can go to the CIC website and check your own points. You need about 430, 434 at present to make the cutoff. If you don't make the cutoff, you'll not get the points. So you need education points, you need the English points, you need points on experience and other factors if you have some relatives in Canada. So that's what you have to do. Abu Bakr, I hope you will be able to follow. Prince Gill, hello, sir. How are you? I'm good, Prince Gill. How are you? I like your name, Prince and Gill. Seems like you are some king from Patiala or something. No, I don't say Prince. Whatever your question is, you can ask me your question now. I was talking about Super Visa earlier. Super Visa is a good option for people in Canada who have parents or grandparents living overseas. They want to bring their parents to come to visit them in Canada. This Super Visa allows them to get a 10-year multiple visa, and the parents can stay with them for 2 years at a stretch. That means when they come at the airport, they give them a stamp for 2 years. 2 years they can stay with them, and after 2 years there's a possibility we can extend it even more, like total of, let's say, 4 years. So that's a big time that the parents can stay here. Super Visa, we do the Super Visa. We also do the Super Visa insurance also, because we have to buy insurance from Canada for them. So if you want to do a Super Visa, I can do it, or you can do it on your own if you want to, and we can arrange for the medical insurance as well. Prince Gill, how are you? I'm good, Prince Gill. If you have any question, you can ask me a question. I'm still waiting to have somebody ask me a question. Gurbinder Singh Chahal, that's the question I'm looking for. Can you please guide? One is a lecturer in a college, also working as a PRO. In this case, both the profiles have different NOC code, and use both NOC. No, Gurbinder Singh Chahal, that's a good question. Gurbinder Singh Chahal is asking me, if somebody is working in 2 jobs at one time, can they use both the occupations? No. The CRS, the Comprehensive Ranking System, requires only NOC, which is only one. That means you have to choose only one NOC. You cannot choose both NOCs, all right? So whichever one you can prove the experience, that's one you have to choose the NOC. I hope that answers your question, Gurbinder Singh Chahal. Thank you for asking that question. Prince Gill, you have any question for me? I'm still waiting for any question. Guys, I come on this Facebook Lives occasionally to answer questions. If you don't have any answer question, there's no need for me to come. This is just a purely professional interaction between clients and other immigration consultant. So if you have any questions, let me know. If somebody wants to ask me about something about their case, particularly about something, refusal or complexity, I do charge some money. I do charge $220 to analyze the case and give them my professional opinion. And that way, what you do is you save money, you avoid some mistakes, and then you do the right thing instead of giving money to somebody else who do not know what to do, and then you waste time and waste money, and sometimes based on some nasty mistakes, you could be even charged for misrepresentation. So that's why people come to me, so that I can tell them the right thing, the accurate thing, and the legal thing, and that's how we do. Gurbinder Singh Chahal, have you got your answer? I think you have. I gave you my answer. Komal Sharma is in. Manul Islam is here. Prince Gill, I've already talked about Prince Gill. Who else is joining in? Do you have any more questions? You can ask me a question. A lot of people coming here in Canada by refugees, people crossing from US border to Canada. I talked about this yesterday. I don't advise people do that, because as soon as you cross the border, you have to file for refugee, because if you're illegal, you have no other option. And if you have no credible basis of being judged as a refugee, then you will be refused, and then you will be deported. So that's not good. Many people also ask me, once we have come here as a refugee, now can we convert into a different work visa, or can we become a student or something else? No, that is not possible. If you're a refugee claimant, that's it, you are done. That means your future is over. Unless you pass through the refugee claim, Otherwise, you have no claim, nothing, no other basis to becoming a PR, unless you marry. That's a different thing. A marriage is a total different exception. Besides marriage, there's no other way. So be very careful if you're trying to cross the border from any country, including U.S. A lot of people ask me, "Hey, I've got a visa from certain country, and I'm coming here, arriving in Toronto. Can you help me file a refugee application?" No, I will not help you file a refugee application, because if I know that your refugee claim is bogus, it has no base, you have no evidence, then forget about me. I don't think any conscientious lawyer will be able to file your refugee claim, because it has no merit. And you have to know whether you have any basis or not. So you have to be having a real evidence of somebody's trying to kill you, your life is under threat. That's how you get the refugee. If not, then nothing. All right. So I hope that answers some questions that people ask me. All right, thank you guys very much. If you have any other question, you can always call me. My phone number is right in the top, 780-707-4831. I don't see any other question by anybody, so it's time to take leave. All right, thank you very much.